Hello everyone, welcome to the EBM Scholars. Today I'm here to talk about temporary passports, and especially during this application. I made a video explaining in detail that the DV 2022, the requirement for applicants to have passport is still there. But we know for sure because of the COVID-19, the processing times in many countries is getting longer than unexpected. Usually it's a short time. Some countries, they take maybe 2 to 3 weeks to get the passport, some 1 week. But with the COVID-19, some of the government processes have been taking longer than expected. So what do you need to do in order to get the temporary passport in order to be in a position to apply for the DV 2022? Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo EBM, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In case you haven't done so, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this particular channel to friends or this particular video. And don't forget to like this particular video so that it can help my channel to grow. So let's go direct to the video and the content of today. As I mentioned that temporary passport, number one, what is temporary passport? And are you allowed to use a temporary passport? And how do you get it? And how long does it take in order to get the temporary passport? So, each country is different. But the temporary passport, just like the name itself it is temporary. In a normal way, most of the countries have the passport's duration from the day you are given the passport until expiration date is about 5 to 10 years. I know many countries, the expiration is 10 years. But I know there are some few countries that still have to use 5 years. Even Tanzania, before 2004, their passport used to be 5 years. Then from 2004, 2005, beginning that way, it started to have 10 years. Now, East Africa, they have what we call East African passport. But basically, what we call the passport, which is a passport book, the one which is just a small book, that is what we call permanent passport, but usually also expires after 5 to 10 years, depending on the country. But other passports, they expire after short time, which we call temporary, or some other places, they call emergency passport, or they call temporary permit, depending on the country to country. So, how long does it take? How long? So, for instance, I'm giving an example. Kenya, they give the temporary passport to be used for, I think, 1 year, if not mistaken, because I have a friend who got the temporary passport, and the expiration date is 10 years. 1 year, but in Tanzania, you get between 3 to 6 months, if not mistaken. So each country has different time on how you can get it. And how long is the process? The process for temporary passport is shorter than the longer passport, the passport book, which you can get it and you can be able to travel in many countries. So the temporary passport, for instance, in Tanzania, you can get between 2 to 5 days you are getting the passport. And that passport is just like a piece of paper, in case you do not know. So it's just a piece of paper with your name, date of birth to show that you're Tanzanian. So it's just a basic information, and it has a passport number. Remember, in order to qualify to apply for the DV 2022, just like how it was for the DV 2021, there is a place you must put your passport number and expiration date. The passport must be an expired passport in order to be allowed to apply. If you put expired passport, it will not go through. So it has to be an expired passport. So Tanzania, to apply for the temporary passport, remember, the temporary passport, you cannot get the temporary passport in order to travel to come to America or go to England. You usually go within your region. For instance, traveling from Tanzania to Kenya, Tanzania to Uganda, Tanzania to South Sudan, Tanzania to Rwanda, you are allowed to use emergency passport because it is within the particular region. The same way in SADC, the same way in ECOWAS in West Africa, they have, because in particular region, they have certain regulations of free movement within the particular region. So just like in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, and Rwanda, within East Africa, for instance, you can do that. In Kenya, you can apply the temporary passport, or they call temporary permit. You get it between 5 business days to 10 business days. Usually it's just 5 days, but they show it's just like 2 weeks maximum, but basically it's just 5 days you can get it. And Kenya has a very good way of applying the temporary passport. It's very, very easy. I can put even the link on how you can go ahead and start applying for the Kenyan passport. So it's very simple. You go to the ecitizen.go.ke.kenya. You create an account for Kenya. You apply it through the Department of Immigration Services. From there, you just apply for the temporary permit or the temporary passport. And then you just read and just do an online application. And the payment you can do through Airtel Money, you can do through M-Pesa, you can do through Visa, MasterCard, MobiCash, all those kind of ways. There are so many ways you can pay. I'm talking about Kenya. Then from there, you download the form after filling online. Then you print out, you put the passport photo. Then you go direct to submit there. And to pay, I think is very small amount. Is about I don't know, is it 300 Kenyan shillings? It's not that much. It doesn't go even 500 Kenyan shillings. For Tanzania, it is about 20,000 Tanzanian shillings, which is about like $8, depending on the exchange rate. So it is very cheaper to get it. And the process is just like 2 to 5 days. So my advice, go and apply it. So if you're in West Africa, go into your particular country. Go to the website, how to get the passport, emergency passport or temporary passport in Ghana, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, whatever country you are, look on how you can get a temporary passport in your country. It is very simple, very quick. It is cheaper. The process is very quick one, because they know for sure, even if you don't have full documents, yes, the documents, they might require the national ID depending on the country. The Canadian passport, whatever, but it's different from if you're going to get the 5 or 10 years passport. Those requires so many documentation. Sometimes the letter from the ward secretary, the letter from the village, whatever, identification. There are so many documentation if you're going to get the 10 years passport. But if they're going to give you for 3 months, they know for sure it will expire in a very short time. So even if the damage you can cause, it will be smaller than if you have the bigger passport, which is the passport book, to be allowed to travel anywhere or around the world freely without a lot of problems. So my advice is, make sure that you are going to apply for temporary passport if you don't have passport, and don't wait until the last day to apply for the green card. Then you are going, how can I apply? And let me explain something. Don't do a mistake going to the applying for the DV lottery and say you have a waiver or you have exemption. No, you don't have. Many people, they go nowadays, they go there to apply and they say, there is a place to say, are you having exemption? They say, yes, I have exemption. That exemption doesn't apply to 99% of applicants, because in order to be able to use that exemption, you must be either stateless. You don't belong to any country on this planet Earth, that you are not affiliated to citizenship of any particular country. There are very few people in that particular category in this world. So you must be from communist country. If you are from Cuba, I'm giving an example, that means you are from communist country and you are not in a position to get a passport. Not you are from Tanzania, not you are from Kenya, not you are from Uganda, not you from Sierra Leone, not from South Africa, and you say I'm stateless. No. Or I have difficulty to get a passport. No. The passport difficulty is because you belong from a communist country. By communist country, we know what is communist country. So that is something you need to know. Or you must have a letter, a waiver letter from the Secretary of State or the Secretary of the Homeland Security from the United States, which you cannot get it. So don't go and put I'm applying, because you are going to win. And if you win, the embassy, they would say, show us the documentation, the passport you used to apply. Or I say I have a waiver. What waiver you have? Show us the letter from the Secretary of State or Secretary of Homeland Security, or prove that you are stateless, or prove that you are coming from the communist country. You don't have those kind of things. Even if you have won, bye-bye, they are going to deny you the visa because you lied in the application. Any deception into the DV application form leads to the disqualification. So it is better, in my advice, if you don't have passport, get the temporary passport. Other than that, don't apply completely, because you can apply, you say you go without it tricky, but you can go with happiness. I'm going to win, I'm going to America. You are going to the US embassy, they're going to deny you, Because the purpose of the passport is to make sure that the person who is applying there has a passport, is the legal person. Not to lie, just, oh, I have a kid, I don't have a kid. I have this, I don't have this one. You'll be in so much trouble. So those are the few things I want to make sure that you understand about the passport. Get the temporary passport if you don't have the passport. And if you completely don't have the full passport, or the one passport book or temporary passport, make sure that don't apply. Because you might win, and I guarantee 100% sure you will not be given the visa. So that is something you need to understand. So thank you so much, everyone. Wait for the time to apply. All the best.